starts now.
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm Amy Catcher.
And I'm John Mercer. Thanks for joining us tonight. Police in Aurora, Colorado say 71 people got shot in a suburban movie theater early this morning during midnight showings of the new Batman movie. 12 people killed, 10 of them at the theater in a suburb of Denver. Another 59 adults and children were wounded. Now, police arrested 24-year-old James Holmes. They say Holmes wore body armor, used an assault rifle, a shotgun, and a Glock handgun. Well, due to the theater shooting in Colorado, Luther's segment on the CBS TV News scheduled to air tonight has been postponed. Of course, we'll let you know when Luther's story is next scheduled to air. CBS TV News will have the latest on the shooting at 6:30, and we'll talk to local psychologists about the shooting tonight on News 12 at 11.
In other news, a fugitive on the run was caught in Rhea County today. The suspect was a registered sex offender in Louisiana. He was also charged with assaulting a game warden. WDEF News' Brittany Shaw joins us now live with more in this story. Brittany.
Louisiana's most wanted man was captured today in Rhea County. Law enforcement officials say a dangerous man was living among Spring City residents. Richard Black was living in a van equipped with a mattress on Rocky Springs Road. Law enforcement officials say people who'd been vacationing in the area tipped them off after Black was always seen near children. But Black says he was watching over the children and just passing through East Tennessee on his way to Amish country in Pennsylvania to start a new life.
People that have been camping up there since the 4th had noticed it, made a few phone calls. Every time we went up there, we couldn't locate the van. We knew there was one in that general area today. We were lucky enough to get there in time to catch him on the premises.
As God is my witness, I've never, ever harmed a child in any indecent way. Never.
Black was actually about to be featured on America's Most Wanted. He agreed to tell us his side of the story. We'll hear from him on Prime News at 7. Reporting live in the studio, Brittany Shaw, WDEF News 12.
All right, thank you, Brittany. Well, Chattanooga police look for 3 suspects in a shooting in the 5300 block of Dorsey Street. That happened last night. 49-year-old James Bell shot in the arm. He told police 3 men approached him outside his home just before 10 o'clock. He says one of them shot him and fled. Bell was just arrested on May 25th and charged with assault and possession of drug paraphernalia. And the victim of an early morning stabbing is not cooperating with police. Officers found 54-year-old Maurice Usher suffering from severe cuts to his shoulder and neck. It happened in the 5300 block of Central Avenue just before 5 a.m. Investigators are looking for a female suspect in that stabbing. Usher has an arrest back in 2009 for theft. Well, Dalton police hope you might recognize this man. Officers say he loaded up a grocery cart at the Sugar Road Walmart and then left without paying. Surveillance pictures, these are pictures of him from surveillance cameras. Police say he left in a green Dodge Caravan minivan. A store employee said it didn't have a license plate, but it had a butterfly sticker on a passenger side window. Contact Dalton Police if you have any information.
We have a heart-wrenching story out of Maury County now. A dog was viciously attacked, its throat cut. Tonight, an animal rescue group wants something done. The perpetrator is still on the loose. Now, we must warn you, some of the images you will see are graphic. WDEF News' Web Wright has our story.
It's clear to me that it was someone had cut his throat with a knife.
His name is Braveheart, and this weekend he was the victim of a horrible attack. This graphic image shows the extent of his injuries.
His wound was about 2 days old, and he had surgery on Wednesday. The trachea was exposed along with all the other vessels and nerves in his neck.
Luckily, this story has a happy ending. Braveheart is expected to make a complete recovery. Now the Animal Rescue League of Northwest Georgia wants to find the person responsible.
We've raised $1,500 as a reward for information leading to the arrest of the criminal who did this. We are pursuing Maury County Sheriff's Department and asking them please to put their resources to investigating this case.
In the process, Braveheart also made a friend in J.C. Johnson.
I got a bunch of quarters, so they made dollars, and then my mom gave me 2 buys, so I just decided that we had to help. We just came here and donated $17.
Proving that sometimes the worst in one can bring out the best in so many others.
A little 6-year-old girl gets what so many adults don't get.
I hope that his neck gets better soon and that he can bark again.
Web right, WDEF News 12.
If you have any information on this attack or you'd like to donate to take care of Braveheart, head to our website, WDEF.com.
Well, controversy surfaces again in the Tennessee District 10 Senate race, and candidate Greg Vidal is involved. Vidal's campaign denies having anything to do with mailing public documents containing potentially damaging information about his opponent, Todd Gardenhire. Now, the mailing had a request for a protective order by Gardenhire's now ex-wife back in 1997. She asked the judge to dismiss it 9 days later. Now, the two candidates have sparred over the mailing, but it did not come up at a public forum yesterday, though Vidal did bring up the controversy over misleading people about having a college degree.
I think all of you know I didn't graduate. 33 years later, I have a PhD. I'm announcing that today in hard knocks.
I understand there's been a huge controversy last year, and there'll be a huge controversy this year in Nashville about that issue of guns in the parking lots. I understand the realtor's position.
Now, everyone will say, and it's real sexy to say you're bipartisan, right? Everyone wants to say that now, because we recognize that there's gridlock in Nashville, there's gridlock in Washington. But you know what? You got to walk the talk.
I have the skills and I have the knowledge, but most of all, I have the burning passion in my heart to do this job. You need somebody that will represent you, not with a D or an R.
Do what is common sense. Do what you have at your own disposal. But let's get about doing what we should be doing, and that's making Tennessee the best state it can be. And we're not doing that right now.
Now, that forum put on by local realtors also provided a chance to hear from incumbent Congressman Chuck Fleischman and his opponents in the District 3 race.
Walker County residents speak out about the Durham Trail on Lookout Mountain. We first told you about the issues homeowners have with the construction last night. Well, tonight, WDEF News 12's Megan Wise takes a deeper look into this ongoing controversy and continuing coverage.
And I'll tell you right now, the first one that comes on my property with a machine that moves something is in trouble.
Emotions are high on Lookout Mountain, and residents are against the Durham Trail.
I told Bibi the other afternoon, I called her to ask her about this trail, and she told me, informed me I would have to talk with Don. I said, Don won't talk with me.
In a document obtained by News 12, Bibi Haskell told Director Turner from the Environmental Protection Division that, quote, after 5 years of delays caused primarily by one disgruntled property owner who is not even contiguous to the railroad corridor, we are finally under construction. More than one property owner lined the street to express their opinions.
My concerns are the issues of having so many people coming through private property, and these people live so close to the road. They don't want strangers coming that close to their homes.
The director at EPD proposed a consent agreement to Walker County addressing the alleged violations. The department sent the document to the county Friday morning.
The county has a couple of weeks to review and determine whether they are willing to sign this as a consent agreement.
Exact plans for restoring the property will be discussed once the agreement is met.
We just don't want them up here. They can go someplace else. I have nothing against hikers. I like to hike myself, but we just don't want them up here.
In Walker County, Megan Wise, WDEF News 12.
Now, your Storm Team 12 24-hour forecast.
A few isolated showers and thunder showers passing through, kind of sliding onto the east and southeast, but Titan radar showing more on the way. You see kind of a broken line of showers and thunder showers up and near the Kentucky state line. Those are slipping southeastward, so later tonight, especially through the overnight, I expect another round of scattered showers and thunderstorms, so we'll keep an eye on them for you. So far, some rainfall totals very heavy, especially north and west of town, and we'll stay unsettled through the next 24 hours with highs tomorrow staying into the 80s.
New downtown parking enforcement hopes to stop the habit of feeding the meters. We'll hear from an administrator and those affected about the plans next.
And Chattanooga is known for our outdoor activities. Now the Chickamauga Creek has a new canoe launch that we'll check out.